I think too many people sit there questioning and wondering what they should do instead of just doing something that they should. A lot of people really fear doing it wrong, but doing it wrong is already 100 times better than doing nothing.
Welcome to Seven Figure Entrepreneur Podcast, the number one podcast bringing you behind the scenes with real online earners. No fake gurus here. And today we have Jordan Mederich. He is the owner of, I nailed that name by the way, DropFunnels.
Crushed it.
And I am really excited to hear his story about how he got to where he is today. Also, we got the wonderful Tyler Devon back in sunny Florida. He has departed Denver for good. No more snow for you. And you didn't even have to buy winter tires. You dodged.
That's true.
You dodged.
That's true.
How many times did you get stuck, bro?
Only twice I had to walk away. Only twice. You know, I think the best thing I did is I kept my Florida plates on the car, because then when people from Colorado drove by, they didn't realize I was from Canada. They're like, dumb Floridian, we'll help them out. As opposed to getting like sworn at, cursed out, and flipped off. So I think it worked out well.
Yeah. Yeah, if you had Canadian plates for sure, like BC plates, you'd be like, dude, it snows in Canada all the time. What are you doing? Sorry, Jordan, we're going off on a little rant here.
I love it, man. That's great. I'm just here for the show.
And Jordan, where are you from?
I'm actually, I don't like say it all that publicly, but we'll have it for your guys' audience here. I'm actually on the Wisconsin side of the Minnesota-Wisconsin border.
Cool.
Wisconsin is
so
kind of
Canadian.
like, some people call it the redheaded stepchild of Minnesota. So I always say I'm from Minneapolis just because no one knows where Osceola, Wisconsin is. We have one traffic light here, and it's great. Yeah. I think I might be the only entrepreneur like in the entire city limits. So it's kind of a.
All I can think about is cheap office space rent. You know,
dude, you wouldn't believe what I pay here. It's out of this world. People are saying like, you know, hey, I bought a $1 million condo or whatever. It's like, do you know what you can buy for $1 million in my town? You can buy the town for $1 million.
My condo is like 700 square feet, and it's worth like $699.
You'd be the king here, man.
Okay.
Yeah, I would have no one to talk to except for you, though.
Yeah.
But I mean, that would it would be the same as quarantine right now, anyway. So I mean,
here we are. Hang out a lot. Great.
Yeah.
We actually do know one other entrepreneur in Wisconsin, a big Facebook guy, actually.
Yeah. So is it Jason Hornung? He used to live here. I know he's
no, another guy named Ryan.
Yeah, that makes three now.
We'll have to meet up. I don't know. We'll have a Wisconsin meetup.
Wisconsin Facebook meetup. I love it.
We're like the two entrepreneurs in Wisconsin.
Gabe and I will sponsor it.
I love
buy the coffees.
Yeah. But you guys have to stand 6 feet apart.
Yeah, right.
That's right.
Or 2 meters, depending on your metric system.
I don't know why we're not on the metric system, man. I'll tell you what, it doesn't make any sense. We're like the only country.
Because America, man. I know, because America. We decide.
Everything we do is dumb. It doesn't make any sense.
Bro, you're going to get cursed out for the true American fans. You're gonna be like,
I know.
How dare that guy?
I love America. I was like, but I think it was Kennedy. He tried to like bring in the metric system, and it's like, that makes way more sense than the empirical. Anyway.
Yeah. I don't know much about presidents, but I know that Kennedy was a pretty forward-thinking dude.
He was a good guy.
Yeah.
We hung out all the time.
Yeah, I know. Great taste in cars and women. Anyway, moving on. All right, man. So we were kind of chatting a little bit about like how you got into this beforehand, and you don't have to go deep into that if you don't want to, but how did you go from whatever it was you did to owning this cool software that I don't know too much about, but I'm excited to learn about?
Yeah, happy to explain all that, and appreciate you guys having me on. It's really a pleasure. So yeah, I kind of came from, kind of started in some affiliate marketing stuff, some high ticket affiliate marketing worlds. And I came from I'm a filmmaker. So I've got a film up on Amazon Prime that's done really well. Got some stuff on Netflix and those types of things. So kind of came from that traditional space, and then got hired on by a marketing company because I was all about like creating experiences through video. And I think video is the most captivating way, not only to indoctrinate, but also to sell, but also to serve people. Really, I think video is like truly the secret sauce. And so when you can learn how to sell through video, I've done a lot of video sales letters and those types of things that have converted really well. So people started to kind of notice that and then brought me in. But dude, I didn't know what an opt-in page was. I had no idea what a VSL was. I was just like, I just know how to edit videos and make it look sexy and convert. That's all I knew. But I didn't know about what is a high ticket sale? What is a ascension model? What does CPA stand for and CPC and all these things? So I kind of came in the world backwards. Like I didn't get to learn what marketing was all about. I kind of got thrown into this huge machine that this company I was working for was the #1 affiliate into multiple industries and whatnot. And I didn't even know what that meant. Right. So now it's maybe 8 or 9 years ago. And it was amazing, guys. It's like, the world tells us to do that kind of traditional route. And they say traditional education will make you a living and self-education will make you a fortune, right? Or make you a, whatever that, I think it's a Jim Rohn quote. But like I did that thing and I went all the way through school in College of the Ozarks in Branson, Missouri. And I actually worked my way through college and then graduated debt-free through that school. You can actually work 40 hours a week to pay for your tuition. So I was all about that. I'm all about profit first. I've never been in debt. I've never had a company that wasn't profitable because I'm all about like bootstrap, like use your brain more than your wallet, turn off your, use your muscle more than like a bailout. Right. And so I'm all about like, let's go, let's put our heads together and get creative on things. Never consume debt if it doesn't absolutely make sense. And so that was like, it's my personal life. And so when people say they're in debt, I'm like, how do you do that? I actually don't know. Anyway, it's a different conversation, but so I went forward into the business world with that perspective of always wanting things to become profitable, but also to serve people at the highest level. I care so much about customer success, about customer results. So I have some of the happiest customers on the planet, but I also have the fewest customers on the planet because I care so much about each one. We care about making sure they're 100% happy before we go mass audience that isn't happy.
Nice.
Right?
Smart.
So we've been growing, we kind of exploded. And so now we're kind of like, whoa, chill out, bro. Like things are kind of getting huge and that's very cool. But everything that I learned from anywhere from the filmmaking stuff all the way up to like learning about metrics and marketing but also treating people well. My dad's a pastor, my mom's a teacher. So they're both kind of entrepreneurs in a certain way. The only difference is they don't get paid. They don't get paid like an entrepreneur.
What is that?
Right? Entrepreneur.
Tyler, is that your phone?
Is it, it was vibrating. Was that popping up? I'll put it in my pocket.
It's so loud.
Move on with your life.
You guys are my favorite people. Like,
bro, Tyler just like, anyway, moving on.
I was like, am I getting a call or what? Like Grant Cardona's calling me back or something. Anyway, but yeah, so all those things led up to now where I realized like, especially in this particular space, this exact solution was completely missing in the marketplace. And I, built a lot of brands and I realized, and as we were developing this whole thing, I'm sure we'll kind of go into that story and like what it means for people, but this solution literally does not exist online right now. But it piggybacks on the drive and desire of so many marketers that want to be getting better results. So DropFunnels really came out of like wanting to solve my own problems. I built it for myself, which I think is probably the best thing that any entrepreneur can do is like, if you're solving your own problems, you're going to have the drive, the perspective, and the desire to serve yourself at the highest level. Right?
Yeah.
So when people come in and they have that same thing, your standards are going to be often far higher than theirs. So they're just like blown away by what is possible for them when you're solving your own problems at the same time.
So when you say solving your own problems, because there's another, like, how do I say this? Because like basically there's ClickFunnels, right? And I'm assuming that your problems came from that not working to your level. Because I'm assuming you tried that and it just was not fucking lining up for you. So yeah, go on that, because I'm assuming that's where your problem started. So how does it kind of how is it different?
Yeah, that's a great question. Sometimes we'll have that. Some people will have that kind of disparity. So I kind of want to like take just a tiny step back.
Yeah, for sure.
First of all, huge, massive appreciation and props for Russell Brunson, who's like the king of marketing, to Dave Woodward, who's their operations. Like they're unbelievable entrepreneurs, incredible salespeople, and almost none of us would be where we are if it wasn't for those guys, for Todd Dickerson, for these guys forging the path. And I've been influenced by so many major marketers that I'm so thankful for, right? So that's my basis. But here's kind of what happened is like 6 years ago or so when ClickFunnels launched, it was intended to solve a problem for that time, right?
Yeah.
And while that's great and it solved the problem for that particular time, when people are trying to build a brand, here's kind of and this is not just unique to ClickFunnels. There's a bunch of funnel builders out there. My stance is that your funnel builder is actually killing you. It's actually costing you tremendously. Some of the foremost experts on page load speed, and those, they've got all the graphs, and we show this in our webinar and whatnot, about a literal, it's this exact parabolic, this negative parabolic curve where when your page load speed on anything, funnels, sales pages, branding pages, webinars, any of that goes above 3.5 seconds, there's a direct correlation in dips in conversion.
Wow.
100% of the time. And they're actually saying that it's specifically in e-commerce where you're trying to sell things through funnels. People are selling through sales funnels that launch in 13, 20, 25 seconds. Wow. One of my favorite stories is I took Dean Graziosi's funnel, and he's on one of the most popular funnel builder platforms. And we ran a speed test directly in that. It was running in about 28.5 seconds in load time for his free plus shipping offer. Now, if we know anything, you can search online for Google for page load speed, and you're going to find 100 million articles about how critical it is for your infrastructure to be supporting you, not only for SEO benefit, but also for speed and conversions.
Yeah. Absolutely.
28.5 seconds doesn't cut it, period. Not in this time, and it's only going to get worse.
That would have failed on the Google speed test, I'd assume, too.
I mean, everything on every speed test across the board, it would fail. It's because of it's not the messaging, it's not the page design, it's the actual infrastructure that is holding people back. So
and was that on desktop or a mobile too?
We tend to test on desktop, but the correlation, the ratio is similar on mobile as well.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
So we rebuilt it in DropFunnels, the exact same content, and it loaded in about 3.5. We took another one, it was about 13.5 seconds. It's now at 2.3. Exact same content. But here's what we did is we realized, 35% of the internet, I know the stats get boring and stuff. And so maybe people listening to this are like, how does this affect me? Here's why it affects you. 35% of the internet is run on WordPress, on the WordPress infrastructure. But WordPress is very difficult, very tech oriented. You got to have a programmer, designers. You can go ahead and get a $3.95 hosting plan out there, but you're going to be added on to servers with porn sites and highly regulated sites that get hacked, get regulated and shut down, and your site goes down with them. So that budget approach doesn't work. But even if you find the cheapest good host is about $99 a month. So you're already into ClickFunnelsville in terms of the actual pricing. So you're not actually saving money in that regard. Plus all of your plugins, the average is about $850 a month for an infrastructure at about average, but it goes up to about $4,300 a month in terms of paid plugins, themes, split test functionality, designers, programmers, everything you would need to make WordPress turn into a marketing machine. So crazy. I saw that. I saw like ClickFunnels is an incredible way to get out and quickly iterate a design to get out there and test. Sadly, that's where the power ends. They're very, very good at that. And Russell is the king of this stuff, right? But the software and infrastructure itself, unless you're only using it for that, a lot of big agencies are moving all of their content from ClickFunnels to a WordPress infrastructure. And they're seeing CPMs drop as much as 40%. So I mean, imagine if Dean Graziosi had been on an infrastructure like this, loading in 3 seconds instead of 28.
Yeah.
How much money, I mean, make it 10 seconds versus 3. I don't care what comparison you're making. Amazon came out and they said every 100 milliseconds of latency costs them a 10% conversion on their platform.
Wow.
100 milliseconds. So this is not a joke. It's not a luxury. This is like the life of your business and your income depends on your infrastructure being powerful. And that's why we created DropFunnels.
That's awesome, man. So what are you doing from a hosting perspective, if you don't mind me asking, that allows you to load so much quicker?
So we have, so we're actually, as of tomorrow, we will be, at the point of recording this, we'll be 2 months old. I've been building it for about 8 months or so. I bootstrapped the whole thing because I knew this thing, it's what I wanted. I wanted to have a marketing system, drag and drop everything, no code, no programmers, no hassles, no additions, everything all in one, and you can launch in 2 minutes. That was my goal for myself, right? So we launched that. Will be about 2 months old. Since then, we've been day one, we were able to beat anyone on load speed time, right? But we've been actually speeding that up. We have the most, on our side, people don't probably care much. We have the most expensive hosting solutions that currently exist in the world, because they're very well supported and very sustainable and scalable.
The people who need it will care. They'll know.
Yeah, the people who appreciate it will care. Right? Is that like, just run it. And this is the test we always recommend to people. Like, take your funnel, go to gtmetrics.com. That's one of the speed test places we like to use. Run a direct speed test to your end domain, and you can copy over. We've taken people and just take one page, copy it over into DropFunnels, just make that direct comparison. We've never once been beat, ever. I was thinking about putting out like a reward, like $10,000 if your page will load faster.
I love that. You should do it.
No one can beat us, but yeah, we're always chasing that better experience, that better speed, because we know there's a metric-based, data-driven set of proof that it affects your conversions.
It's crazy, man. I feel like the speed alone is a selling feature, because even if you came up with a product that was very similar to other funnel softwares, people would just switch for speed. I would.
Yeah. And for some people, it's hard to switch platforms, right? That's why platforms want you to stay there, and why they want you buying annual accounts, right? We get it. That's the SaaS game. It's like, get them locked in. But then for people, there's two dispositions. One disposition says, I know that my page speed sucks right now, and it's costing me tremendously. And I don't know what it's costing me until I switch and see the difference. But to make that leap and move over to a new platform, there's some new things to learn, right? I mean, we have a far more advanced builder, far more advanced infrastructure. It's unlimited everything. So it's unlimited funnels, pages, leads, sales, funnels built right in.
Wow.
So
unlimited domains?
So that's the one disposition that's different, is that, and this is another sacred cow for us that we're killing. Every single website on the planet, every installation of WordPress, every legitimate infrastructure that exists in terms of websites is tied to one domain. The reason for that is all of your links are based on that single domain. And we've got a lot of really powerful SEO tools that we want to have one brand rank per account. So without diving too far into this, we've heard directly from Facebook reps that a lot of the even ClickFunnels or other funnel builder software that give you multiple domains, it's actually it's a URL redirect. It's not actual domain mapping from a technological sense. So
interesting.
What that means is that it's against Facebook's terms and conditions. It's the same as sending to like a redirect, which is black hat. People wonder why they're getting shut down and why they can't figure it out and these types of things. It's actually against Facebook's terms and conditions. They said it directly that if you are using multiple domains, especially for their split test functionality, it's considered a redirect. And so you'll see that yourdomain.com/opt-in 5472889, whatever, that kind of URL structure, could actually be shutting down your ad accounts because you're breaking terms.
Wow.
So what we've developed instead is it's one brand, it's one domain per account. You can have multiple accounts, but your primary domain is meant to rank in the search engines. We're also the only infrastructure that you can actually rank sales funnels actually pretty quickly.
Interesting.
Because it's WordPress, and there's direct from Google that, they actually were quoted saying, if you build on WordPress, 80 to 90% of your ranking and for their indexing and their spiders to find your content, 80 to 90% of that is solved just by being on WordPress by default with no optimization. So if you're off of WordPress, you have to work twice as hard just to get what WordPress gets by default.
Yeah.
I don't want that work on myself, right?
So if you have an account with you, or if I've had an account with you, it would basically, for each website I have, I would need a different account. So
the one way around that would be, you could do, say you're doing organic traffic and you're saying, hey, and you're sending out emails, hey, here's this link. And it'd be like tylersacademy.com can redirect to one of your funnels and that type of thing. But what we suggest to people to do is build one brand. In fact, in our group, when they're saying like, I've got 20 domains, what do I do with it? And I'd say, my question is, how many of those are making you 6 figures per year at least?
Yeah.
And they're all like, oh, wait,
pick one.
I'd say, okay, then you get to pick one. and focus on that brand and focus on that offer until you've earned the right to duplicate and do another one. Right.
Makes sense.
That's my,
What?
I mean, look at Nike. Nike doesn't have multiple domains. They're building one brand. Amazon, they don't have multiple, they've got multiple offers, right? And they've definitely earned it, but they're building one brand. And I think marketers need to take that seriously, because as soon as sales funnels came out, they came out and said, what, you know, branding and ranking and domain reputation and web of trust scores. If anyone knows what I'm talking about here, it's huge stuff. All of that evaporates when you're just in the sales funnel. They said, all you need is a sales funnel. You don't need a brand. You don't need websites. You don't need these types of things. And then everyone's like, why the crap am I not making money if I'm not spending paid advertising to drive people there?
Yeah.
Because you don't exist online.
Interesting. What about, so if someone were to use your platform, would they host their whole website on there or just their funnels?
Everything. So you'll have a front end site. We've got SEO powered blogs and also the sales funnel. So kind of the way to visually think about it is that your main brand, your domain, all of your WordPress pages can start to rank. We've got a lot of really advanced SEO tools to help. And there's this little, to make it easy for people, there's like red light, yellow light, and green light. So it'll tell you on every page that you have, how well is this going to rank based on your terms. If you've got a green light, you're good.
Crazy.
Yellow, you need to work on it. Red is like, okay, you don't have this and you need it, go fix it.
Smart.
Gotcha.
But
that's
then your
super
sales,
cool.
Yeah, your sales funnels, they're more about like, they become amplified by your brand reputation and your ranking on Google, right? So here's how we've changed things. I kind of call it the DropFunnels method. Instead of, you know, Neil Patel's doing this, Tony Robbins is doing this, Marie Forleo is, you know, you go to some of these major authority sites, they aren't, in many cases, linking to a million different things off their website, right? They will bring you to a homepage. Neil Patel is a perfect example of this. He has one link that goes to one offer repeated multiple times down the page. So when we create designs, it's one page. We want that page to rank. And then whoever lands there, even if it looks robust, so it has the menus up top, for example, but all those do is scroll down the page and every new section links to the offer. You can change that offer as much as you want, but we want, no matter where people go on your sites, we want them going to your offers for either lead generation or direct sales, because that's all that matters.
Absolutely. Damn, that's pretty cool, man. As far as like ease of use for someone who is like I have zero technical capability at all, which is surprising that I even have an online company. But with that said, and Gabe smiles because he knows it's true. But with that said, like, can anyone, regardless of like how much, you know, experience they have or coding ability, can they kind of build something, put something together?
Great question. So yes and no. And I find that this is another sacred cow. I feel like some marketers are like the laziest people on the planet.
Oh, for sure.
And they want to come in and they want to create a sales funnel in 30 seconds and it's done for them. And right.
I'm feeling heard right now.
I know I don't want to offend anybody here, but like, if you go back to like the kind of the glory days of web design, which still very much exists right now, is that you would right now, anywhere else, you're going to have programmers and designers and all those types of things. We've got some great templates for you to bring in and to kind of get going. In fact, right now we're in the middle of a huge blitz. We've got 4 full-time designers cranking out templates and designs and opt-in pages and sections for you to bring it directly in. But the strategy has to still be there. And I feel like the biggest thing that people need to remember is like, what are you trying to do? Like, what is your objective? If it's lead gen, right, then we build an opt-in page that goes to a thank you page, right?
Yeah.
If we want to book appointments, we build an appointment funnel. Everything is drag and drop. You don't have to add anything. There's no code. There's none of that. You've got a subdomain with SSL by default. So out of the box, within 2 minutes, you're ready to go. But the strategy is never evaporates. It doesn't mean like when you, in the same way that ClickFunnels has huge churn issues, it's because people come in and they've been told, I'm one funnel away and having a funnel is going to make me money.
Yeah.
The funnel doesn't make you money. The strategy makes you money. Right?
Absolutely.
The offer makes you money. So it's in a different way. Like, if you have an offer, if you have a business that you're trying to scale online, you cannot afford not to be on this infrastructure. Yeah. I mean, you can go do it on your own. You're going to spend on average 20 to 30 times more monthly. But you have to be on an infrastructure like this to scale, large scale.
If I was
Oh,
to,
man, that makes sense.
if I was to have an account with you guys, do you guys offer a service where you would build my account if I paid you, or build my funnel for me if I paid you?
Dude, I'm telling you, man, like we've got some of the sickest funnel designers I've ever met, and we've kind of been hoarding them to ourselves for like building templates and stuff. But I'm really excited to offer that out to people as well.
Nice.
We also do have a funnel migration service because all of our code is a different language. So people are coming from ClickFunnels. You can't just click a button and bring it in. But we've got a funnel migration service. They can duplicate overnight all of your pages into the builder itself, so you can get up and running, pretty quickly.
Awesome.
Do you guys, as far as like, say you had a lead management system like Leadspedia or something like that, where the leads are collected inside of, the funnel, your system, and then API'd over, is that pretty easy to do?
Yeah. So we've got webhooks built in. So
nice.
If you have Zapier, we're not yet one of their native applications. There's kind of a huge build out required for that, but we'll have that in the future, where you'd be able to like select us from a drop-down list within Zapier. But right now, all of your leads and sales, you can get, it's called a get hook. There's it's a web hook that you would create within there. And then all of your leads can be, you can add a zap to add them anywhere you want.
Can you explain what a webhook is for people who don't understand it?
Yeah, sure. So it's like any time that someone inputs, let's say for example that you're a course creator, right? You've got a course you're trying to sell, but you kind of want to collect leads before they go to your main offer to buy your course. By the way, you get unlimited courses in DropFunnels too, and they're all drag and drop. So you can sell it and deliver it.
Are they membership protected?
So actually, yeah, we're because it's on WordPress, we're more secure than almost anybody else.
Oh, interesting.
Well, like, could you put your course? Yeah, could you put your course on DropFunnels and have it so it's like a membership where people have to put in their, their login details to access to the content?
So that's all built in. You can actually sell it within the platform, within a sales funnel, and then actually the system can deliver them login details directly, and it's done automatically for them to get access to your course in the back end. Yeah,
cool. That's cool.
But so let's say, for example, you wanted to have people opt in, right? You wanted to collect leads. You'd add an opt-in form to your page. When people get added there, you just go to the editor and you click on the opt-in page, and then you can connect your autoresponder. We've got most of the major autoresponders connected. Really easy to integrate. They add their information there, and then it goes two places. First to your autoresponder and also to your leads tab. So you'll have a leads tab in your back office. You can see like where people are coming from, and there's even stats for you to see how it's converting. But then from there, what a webhook would be is, and I'm not the tech guy as much as like any of you guys, right? But essentially, when people put that information in, the system would send some information to Zapier to send it to whatever it's doing. It would say, okay, when a person adds lead information here, send it off to a spreadsheet, or send them a text message, or give them a welcome call, or any of those things.
Okay.
Very cool, man.
Thank you.
Damn. Dude, so like one thing I kind of want to do too, like now that you've explained the product, which actually I think is damn cool.
Yeah, super cool.
Let's talk about the business itself. So it actually opened 2 months ago, right?
Correct. We launched on January 28th. Yep. And
what have you guys done as far as promotion to actually grow the business, and how many users have you guys been able to capture?
So yeah, every SaaS business, here's what I'm learning is that every new level's a new devil, right? So it's exposed my weaknesses greatly.
Yeah.
And I'm so thankful for that, because it's like, I just get to grow and I get to get better every day and figure out how do we treat people at the highest level for the lowest possible cost and get them the greatest results. So every day we're just improving, building in new features, new templates, making things easier, new trainings. So every new day we're adding to that. Within 30 days, we had 500 people join, 500 members.
Wow.
Nice.
So it was kind of explosive. We have never paid a cent in paid ads yet. It's all been organic. I've got a Facebook group to kind of help guide and support some people. We also have an affiliate program. So it's always 80-20, right? So 20% of our affiliates are actually pushing traffic to drive about 80% of the affiliate sales in general there.
Makes sense.
This was one thing I also wanted to separate because I really did come from the ClickFunnels world, and they've got a very lucrative program. Again, full props to everything they've done. They've tied, from a compliance perspective, too much about the product to the affiliate program. So they've got the world's greatest affiliate program, but in my opinion, maybe not the world's best product. So to have those things intertwined, they assume that all users, I know they've been cleaning it up, so it could be certainly different now and whatnot. And, we always want to be compliant in those regards. But when you assume that your customer is also an affiliate, there's kind of a lot of issues. So we've just, for us, we've just separated the two. I know there's several systems like Builderall. They have they really rely on affiliate programs. There's multiple platforms that do that, right?
Yeah.
We want to keep it 100% separate. So when you join, you are not an affiliate. You have to apply to be an affiliate. Then you get links and you can promote.
Interesting. Cool.
We run a very clean ship. If you were to share, we have share funnels and also share memberships. You can create a membership and share it, or a funnel. You can share it with other people. That does not carry an affiliate link with it. We do not assume that you're going to be an affiliate. And we want to treat our affiliates really well, but not to force people into being an affiliate of our program if they aren't electing to do so.
What's the affiliate commission, if you don't mind me asking? Yeah.
So it starts at 30%.
Yeah.
We've got some cool, and that's recurring, for everything. As of the point of this recording right now, we've got two plans. The starter is $49 a month. And then the pro is going to be $199. But it'll be, right now it's $147. And both of them, the difference here is my parents always taught me about treat people the way you want to be treated, right? So I run the SaaS the exact same way. I don't want to be capped on features. I don't want to be capped on things. I want to get in there and just crush it from the get-go and not be limited.
Totally.
So I made everything unlimited for all plans. Across the board, you are never capped on features ever. The only difference between the two is your traffic. So the starter plan has, X amount of monthly hits, and then the pro plan has significantly more traffic.
Nice.
And the only difference is okay, if you're sending more than 10,000 clicks in paid traffic per month, you would want to upgrade.
Yeah.
So that you
server load.
Yeah. But there's no feature limits on the whole platform.
That's crazy. For some reason, I just assumed it was more expensive in my head. I don't know.
We've gotten that a lot. I'll tell you what, it's, I was talking to Mike Dillard the other day, and, he's like, I told him the pricing. He's like, that's not going to work. He's like, you got to raise your prices, because he knows what this is. He spent figures, developing his platform and all that. And he's like, you're giving it away too cheap. And I was like, all right, that's good feedback.
Yeah.
That's funny, man.
Yeah.
Let's, if you don't mind, and obviously we don't need to know the names of actual clients, but as far as some of the clients, because what I kind of want to dig into is strategies that you see working for people on your platform that people in our audience can replicate for themselves to drive sales online. Great
question. Yeah. So, the entire architecture, if you're coming from WordPress, here's the greatest disposition. If you're coming from WordPress, you are right at home, right? If you're coming from WordPress and ClickFunnels, you're in freaking heaven, because you get to cancel 9 different softwares that are all now combined in one. Link tracker.
More work finding those credit cards.
Yeah. You're literally canceling subscriptions daily. Because you're holy crap, I'm in heaven. But, so if you're coming from WordPress, you're especially more familiar with the platform and how it works. If you're just coming from a sales funnel platform into this, you're not learning DropFunnels, you're learning WordPress, which is a very scalable and powerful infrastructure. And while we've removed all of the tech and all those things, there's still something you need to learn in terms of how do you rank a brand? If you're on a funnel builder platform, you're not ranking, period. You cannot rank. I mean, by happenstance, you might, but there's no strategy that can help your pages load fast enough to rank, to get, some of those better scores. And there's no SEO infrastructure. I mean, it's literally meant for fast iteration and paid traffic, and that's it. So when people move over, what they're finding is that as soon as there's a little button that you check whenever you're ready to start indexing, you hit this little button and you hit save. And we've had people hit new sales and new leads, and they have no idea where it's coming from. So they'll track in Facebook in their ads and sending it to the platform. They're like, wait a second, I'm getting more sales than Facebook is telling me. That's because you're getting organic sales now.
Interesting.
That's a good problem to have.
New infrastructures to track your free sales that you're getting. I call these bonus buyers.
Yeah.
because they're searching for you. They're very, very high intent, in the same way that like YouTube searches and YouTube advertising is very intent based, instead of just stopping the scroll, right?
Yeah.
They're coming to you looking for your solution, your ranking. They're clicking on either your homepage or one of your funnels and getting linked directly to that. And people are seeing sales that they don't know where they're coming from. So yeah, it's a good problem to have.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I want that problem. That's a great problem. Yeah.
Right.
What kind of users do you mostly have now? Like, does it range from e-commerce to, you know, people in the education space to anything else? Is that even accurate?
Yeah. So right now we're not necessarily competing with like a Shopify.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're much more so I'd put it this way, it'd be like the established business crowd. That's who we want to be working with, is real digital marketers.
Yeah.
We've got people who are network marketers, affiliates, some people in the e-commerce space. If you want to sell anything through a funnel, you can do it through DropFunnels. Anyone who's on ClickFunnels, that's our biggest, like, it's a siphon. Like, they're literally coming in droves.
Gotcha.
Especially people who are willing to kind of learn a new platform to get the additional benefits. But I'd like eventually to give Shopify a nice little run as well, because I know that they, you know, they're an incredible platform too. And I'd like to kind of emulate, how do we help people to build e-commerce based sales funnels, but with our speed and our infrastructure.
Yeah.
Imagine getting e-commerce sales from Google search engine results. I mean, it'd just be like, it'd lift the lid off the whole thing.
Go ahead, Gabe.
Yeah, we had issues with Shopify speed, and when you hit up support, they're always like, "Oh no, it's fine. We just checked it." I'm like, "Dude, this isn't fine. Like, this is." Like, use smaller images. Use this. I'm like, "We are. Come on, thank you."
Or what about when like someone else would like take down all of like Shopify servers, and we go to our links and they're all dead?
Yeah.
Like,
who is it? That Jeffree Star guy who did that recently? I think.
Trans makeup dude.
Yeah.
Yes.
He had built an audience on YouTube for like 5. Dude, we could learn something from that guy. That guy spent 5 years developing an audience, not making a single pitch. And then he went live and he made something like 5 million in sales in 4 hours, or 50 million. Or whatever. Crash Shopify like from one launch. Out of this world.
Man, I think dude's crazy, man. Like, he's like FU rich, like, from what I see anywhere, or how he appears. But yeah, crazy. There's business in everything.
No doubt, man. Kylie Jenner, I think, has been known to take down Shopify a time or two as well.
Yeah.
They may as well put those people on like their own like custom server or something. Because
so they had that. Like, we Adrian Morrison and I went to Shopify's head office in Ottawa. No, it was Toronto, not the Ottawa one. And they were working on like a whole other side project just to handle those loads, just from celebrities.
Jeez.
And it was cool office. They had like really cool shit in there, and
you guys ought to make an intro to Adrian and Anthony, because I want to get them on board with this too.
They got their own. Yeah.
Good luck, man. If you can get them, they definitely drive a ton of sales, though, man. They drive a ton.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is like, that's the question, is like, do you want to have the world's best product or the world's best affiliate program?
I thought they ran custom. Like, all their shit was custom.
Anthony's actually, I think Adrian's one of like Shopify's top 3 affiliates, and then Anthony's like ClickFunnels, like one of their top 3 or something.
Oh yeah, they're always winning like comma awards and guitars.
Always, man. And steering wheels
and plaques and all those things.
Yeah, how are you gonna outdo that? What's gonna be cooler than like big plaques?
Dude, I think so. We've talked about this for the last 6 months, right? And here's the thing, is like, it's a difficult conversation to have, because like, those types of incentives really, really get people to stay and move. It's like they're just drinking the juice all day.
Oh, for sure.
Like, I've had people who don't even have a business, they just have a ClickFunnels account because they're like, I want that 2 Comma Club award. But what's your business? What's your offer? They're like, I don't know, but I just want that award.
Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah.
You're not really one funnel away. You just aren't. Like, I get the marketing aspect, and if you had a business, maybe it could really help you. But so all those things really incentivize people. And we found that the culture of the digital marketing spaces that exists right now has been the biggest reason for that people have kind of precluded themselves from being on a real infrastructure, whether it's on us or on any other actual infrastructure, because they've just, they started in that environment, they've learned in that environment, and that's what they believe. And belief
is what
really
they know.
Yeah, they've made a really good like club, like tight club.
100%.
Yeah, they built a cult basically for ClickFunnels in the best way possible, like not the negative term cult, but yeah, man.
We'll see. As Russell gets older, we'll see if he gets a little crazy.
Yeah, I mean, they have like, there's Charlie Munger has this incredible speech that anyone hear. It's something about like the laws of human. What is it?
I think I've read this.
Yeah, it's like
that guy is like a straight genius. If
yeah,
no one knows who that is, that's Warren Buffett's business partner.
Right. Yeah, but he came out with these news, the speech that he did, and there's this animated video on YouTube of it. It's like the laws. I'll look it up as we are checking here, but
yeah, we'll include it below if we can find it.
It literally like describes like how to create a cult and like how to create a cult following and that kind of thing. And and it's like, holy crap, they've got every single one of those things, the awards, the, people feeling like they require that for their income, and all these things about laws of human misjudgment, I think is what it's called.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I like that title.
I'm going to be honest with you. I consider jumping on ClickFunnels just to crank out like 100K on something just to get a plaque,
Yeah, right.
And see, isn't that incredible?
Dude, I thought about the same.
I need some office art.
Before.
Yeah, I need some office art. Like I'm
like we want that, but it's not. It doesn't like. I know several, because I kind of used to be in that space. I kind of excommunicated myself. There's a guy who sold a house for $1 million and got the 2 Comma Club plaque. There's another guy who's in the e-commerce space who spent $900,000, $800,000 or $900,000 in traffic to make $1 million and got the plaque.
Did he drop a course right after?
Yeah, actually, yes. And I'm
makes sense.
Like, man, where did realism and honesty go in marketing? It's just, we're in the bro marketing culture that
we're in the Wild West, bro. That's over.
Man. I just don't want it.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah, no, that's funny.
To answer your question, I'd love to incentivize and help people to get rewarded on on real business growth. I think that's really important. And so we're trying to figure that out. Like, how do we help incentivize people to be not only just using the platform, but also to be hitting new goals for themselves? I guess I have this crazy idea that like what you making money in your business is the actual reward for doing the work. But if we have to give out plaques, we'll find out what he's doing.
I think you just got to offer to pay people to get DropFunnels tattoos on them. That's the next level. Like if you are part of this club, you need a tattoo.
Lifetime access for free.
That's right.
DropFunnels tattoo.
Yeah.
Man, people will do anything. That's amazing.
Or a DropFunnels Oscar. I would like one of those, please.
The one thing I didn't want to do is give away houses or like pay people's mortgages.
Yeah.
And then we have a sign that says DropFunnels pays my mortgage. Ask me how. It's very network marketing-esque or whatever.
Yeah. You know what? You could probably do that with car payments too, like fancy cars. Man, people do that.
I think doesn't ClickFunnels do some sort of car thing already? That's how come you get the steering wheel.
Yeah. If you get 100 active users, you get $500 towards a car payment.
Gotcha.
Like a month or one time?
Yeah, $500 a month.
Okay.
Or
that actually might get you something.
Yeah.
I was gonna say one time, man. Russell, dude, you got to share the wealth a little bit.
I wish that was my car payments.
Yeah, dude.
But again, it's like here's the whole thing. Like we do kind of get compared a lot. Just I guess both the name, but also the fact that we're in the funnel world and whatnot.
Yeah.
But like we're really blazing our own trail. We have a different vision. We're working with different people.
Yeah.
Relatively different business model. We're not selling. When people promote it, we're not selling high ticket coaching programs or masterminds or any of that stuff. We want to build the best product on the planet, the best support on the planet. We have some incredible support, the best templates, the best strategy, and any templates or coaching or those types of things for now, we're giving it away for free just to help people in their businesses and grow.
Nice. Man, so I kind of want to start diving into the strategies again that you see, work, because I'm sure you see with all the different clients you have, some people are doing different things than others. What are some of the tidbits that you'd want to share with people if they go to build a funnel for the first time, or if they have an existing funnel, something that they can add to it to make it more profitable?
Man, you guys are the king of good questions.
We're also the king of getting sidetracked.
Yeah, we're like rabbit hole, Bill. That's great. So what I found for a lot of people is I love the concept of less is more. So when we aren't adding things to their business, but we're subtracting from it, their focus gets clearer, their results magnify. And this even comes down to like, you know, we've had people say, I've got 50 funnels in CF or some other funnel builder platform or whatever. How do I migrate all these over? And I say, don't. What's the one funnel you want to focus on? What's the one offer that you want to perfect? And in my, I hope I practice what I preach in all things, and that we're integrous on what we preach. That if you go to the DropFunnels homepage, it's exactly what I'm telling people to do. The navigation up above, and we're starting to, you know, rank and getting all those things. I'd love to actually beat other funnel builder platforms in their own keywords and actually rank above them. So what we're working on that, just to prove the power of the SEO and stuff.
Yeah.
But when there's a menu, it doesn't drive people off to a million places. It scrolls down the page. It keeps them in that funnel. So websites are funnels. The secret to sales. This happened in 1898. It was Elias St. Elmo Lewis invented the idea of AIDA and sales funnels. And like, this is not a new concept. It's been around for forever. It's just been modernized with the internet, right? But like we're practicing what we preach, that every button, all it is we have one main offer. So anyone who's here, if you've got a primary website that's just driving people all over the place, you need to be measuring what is the actual output of having those links there that people can get lost and confused, because we know this, a confused mind will do nothing.
Yeah.
And if they have two options, they will stand there at the fork in the road for twice as long, waiting to decide which one to pick. We want to give them one thing to do across the board. So your main site needs to be to feel full features, to be giving them the value that they're expecting. That also helps you, like how long people stay on your pages is also a ranking factor. But then I don't care how far they go down the page or where they explore and the things that they do. You can do pop-up videos and you can do light boxes and those types of things. You need to point people to the one point of your funnel that gives you the greatest possible result. And do not deviate. Don't distract from that. Don't give people multiple choices or options. Focus on what serves you best. And in most cases, it's one funnel. It's one branding site that you work on ranking. You might also have some blogs and whatnot that help to boost that domain ranking and that name and those types of things. But otherwise, it's not about what we add. It's about what we subtract from people that helps them to get focused and diligent on getting results.
Yeah, interesting. That's super cool.
And even in the case of like designs and whatnot, when we pull away from the flash and the, like, you can do cool animations and stuff, and we got some beautiful templates that kind of feature that. It doesn't increase conversions. We found that those metrics are almost always true. The high flash and polish never wins versus just an ugly page.
Yeah, ugly and simple.
Ugly and simple, right?
That's what works on our, that's what works on our landing pages mostly too.
It's hard to preach that. That's one thing people want pretty, right? They come in and they're like, how do I get pretty pages? And we're like,
I always say, do you want to get rich or do you want to be right?
Yeah, that's good. I'm going to write that down.
Both.
No, I'm just kidding. That is something actually we experience too. Like we have a sales flow that we have now for one of our kind of affiliate-esque products. And we tried 2 pages, one with just one question a page. And it was like 3 pages long versus 1 page with 3 questions. And the cost per lead for the 1 question at a time across 3 pages was literally 50%.
Yes.
Much better than asking 3 questions at once.
It's like people get, actually, we will use this in our companies that like coaching programs and those types of things where we absolutely want to filter people on purpose. We will add more questions to that page, knowing that people will be, only the most serious people will fill that out. We should take that mindset into all of our marketing to say, if I want people coming through this, I do not want this huge thing. I don't want a lot going on. I want to focus on the main message and the single action that I want them to take to get into the mouth of the funnel, and then take them down that path from there.
Makes sense.
Smart.
And to have the right person going down that path.
Yeah.
That's right. And really your ads should be like one of the primary filtering mechanisms.
Totally.
Google does it by default in the same way that advertising does it, that people are they're searching for that. They self-filter by having the intent of searching for that solution. If I don't want to learn how to kayak down the down the Mississippi River, I'm never going to search for that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if I've got a guide service to figure out how to do that, I know that only people who come from that search engine result are going to be the highest quality people looking for that end result.
Yeah,
so that's the power of search engine optimization, is getting your brand ranking for those keywords means every single lead is 10 times more qualified than any paid traffic interest that you can target.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because they're in that moment looking for your solution, looking for your result, and clicking on your link to find it. I mean, it's just like a beeline to giving you money.
Yeah.
That is something we've seen too, even in our world. Like the guys that will always have, advertisers will say, hey, we're willing to take 5,000 leads a day. And, Gabe does Facebook, maybe he gets 2,000. But as things get slimmer, one thing we found is the guys that always get lead cap are the guys who have SEO and get ranking for exactly what you said. Basically, the conversion rate is just so high that for them, it makes nothing but sense to have, like, ideally, if they got all SEO traffic, I'm sure they'd be pumped because the quality is just so damn good.
Yeah. And it's honestly a new language. I feel like, maybe 8 years ago, SEO was at a prime high, right? People were trying to rank from primary keywords. Google came down with the ban hammer right around 2008 or so. And like a ton of people tanked, like all their offers quit. That was the exact same time. You can look at this timeline. It's incredible that sales funnels popped up, and suddenly it moved to SEO is a thing of the past. It doesn't matter. It's too difficult. It's too hard. Just spend paid media and send them directly to like sales funnels and whatnot. And then people realized, holy crap, I am fixed on paid advertising for the rest of my life now that I have this new strategy in place, right? So, but now I feel like it's everything is cyclical. Everything in the universe is cyclical, right? So now it's the time of like, we're being aware that page load speed matters, SEO ranking matters. Guys, your email deliverability is based on your SEO ranking factors in Google. If you have a Gmail address that you're sending from and you're getting sent to spam, or even like a Google, a G Suite email address, it's based on your domain ranking and reputation. So people wonder why their email deliverability sucks. It's because they have no presence online, and Google will often mark them as spam. Same thing with Facebook. It's right in their list of things that they look at when they are searching for when you're running an ad, the Web of Trust score. And very few people have any Web of Trust ranking. And again, they wonder why they're being shut down.
I have 0. Most likely I have 0.
Most of the time it's
0. Gabe has the best ads, if anyone's wondering.
Now don't get me wrong, like paid ads to funnels can work, right? It's still working. We know that's the case.
And we find that's where we find the most scale. But from a quality perspective, SEO, like not only are the leads more likely to convert, but from what we've seen, they're more likely to spend more money.
Yeah, high intent. And then I always think about opportunity cost for me. It's like I'd rather put in the work now and at one point have enough SEO or organic traffic to like completely replace my paid advertising. And then I can
for sure. That'd be amazing. Especially with Facebook banning accounts and such, I would love to rake in some cash when that stuff was down and out. I'm rebuilding from scratch every week. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Every second week.
It's like we can return back to the glory days, and it's not alternative anymore. It's just an option. And it really is the better, I guess, of course I'm biased.
Yeah.
It's the better option, right? We think that it's like, oh, I have to like hire Neil Patel at $15,000 a month to consult me on SEO stuff. It's not the case. There's like built-in tools ready for you to learn a little bit, or even there's some great people who can help you with all those things. But it's like now we're returning back to the glory days where maybe putting in a little bit of work is going to exponentially multiply your brand.
No doubt.
Yeah. Has SEO changed at all in the last like 10 years? And I'm coming from that from like I have no idea about SEO. I understand it a little bit, but
I don't want to pretend like I'm no Neil Patel. I have a ton I keep mentioning Neil Patel. Actually, it's part of my story. Like I tried to replicate his site on WordPress because he's got a beautiful site. It took me, and I was like, all right, no programmers, no designers, no tech, none of this. I'm going to figure it out myself. And it took me 2 months to figure out, and I couldn't even get close. Now in DropFunnels, you can do it overnight. So that's
I bet you learned a lot.
Yeah, I learned a ton about like what doesn't exist out there. Right? But anyway, like I'm not the king of SEO by any stretch. But that's the beauty of it, is you don't have to be really good at SEO to even just plug in some of these things and turn that little red light into a green light.
Yeah.
To learn a couple of these things.
Yeah.
And there's so much content, free content. There's Brian Dean, Neil Patel, obviously, Backlinko. There's several sites that have free, incredible training on SEO and how to actually hit the first page of Google between Google and YouTube listings. And it's like, you've heard the stories about like Dan Locke and like even Kevin David and some of these other Billy Jean, these guys who have like capitalized on what's possible with SEO, especially with YouTube. They'll put out content for a year, maybe 2, maybe 3. One video takes off and then their entire brand explodes. Entirely organic. It's all SEO.
It is amazing, the businesses. Like we have a friend, more like Gabe knows him really well, Damon Fryer, who has Daily Driven Exotics, and his brand is completely built off YouTube. And the amount of traffic he gets is just literally unreal.
The top affiliates that I know, they do not focus solely on paid advertising, period. They are building organic, especially for a lot of compliance reasons too. You know, it's tough to drive paid ads to an affiliate offer without disclaiming it. The FTC is really cracking down on this stuff. And as Facebook gets tighter, the FTC and regulations get tighter, it's just going to keep getting more difficult. But the one thing that is clean and clear and under control, what is that, Dove? Something like that, or Pantene?
Yeah, maybe one of those soaps.
Those strategies are proven, and yes, it's a long-term thing. But you know what? Long-term, the definition of long-term in this space, any more than a month. Something that takes you more than a month to do, that's a long-term plan.
I was gonna say 3.
Yeah.
No doubt. That's funny. No, SEO is definitely real from a traffic perspective. We had one friend who has a fairly big publication, and he said when his site started ranking SEO wise, he had AdSense on his site, and just from the AdSense, he was making $250,000 a month.
What?
Yeah.
That's insane.
I know
Unreal.
Dave Sharp from Legendary Marketer, the 2 top affiliates in his program, which again, it's rumors or whatever, but I had heard that they're making on average about $50,000 a month passively. It's entirely YouTube. Same with a lot of ClickFunnels affiliate commissions. Our top affiliates in DropFunnels, in fact, are putting content out on YouTube, and people find that they're like, oh, hey, I heard about DropFunnels. They'll go to YouTube to search for it. They'll get some value and training and whatnot. Their affiliate link is down below, and that's our top affiliates right now.
Wow.
That's smart.
Makes sense. So that's a good funnel. That's actually a way to make money right there. Obviously we have friends who like, you know, the Morrisons are a great example. They make tons of commissions just off referring other softwares, showing you how to use it, giving you a guide, and then you go pay for it and they get a commission. It's a great little model. And the overhead on that is just so little. It's amazing.
Our number one affiliate right now, and this is a great strategy for anyone, is to not focus on the software, focus on the strategy. So people who have like active campaign affiliate commissions or any of those types of things, they'll give them like a sequence for them to import into their account. In the same way that like our number one affiliate right now he has a system. People come in and they say, okay, we're going to teach you like high ticket affiliate marketing. You need a site that can actually rank and get you really great paid traffic results. Here's the funnel that we use. They'll import that, and immediately they have a business.
Yeah.
Wow.
Saying this funnel is the secret, and you need the infrastructure to make it happen. And when we focus on software and people are like, oh, I have to add these things up in my head, it's too much caloric burn. They're burning too many calories thinking about how to make it work. It's a survival mechanism. You'll like cancel that right away, right? The people who stay, they have a strategy on top of it.
Yeah.
That's smart. That's a good tip right there.
Just build out the system similar to that on like getting real estate leads. And he's not trying to make money off the course. He's trying to make money off the commission of ClickFunnels.
Right. And I mean, we've got, you know, another guy who's in kind of the network marketing space, and he's like, here's an appointment funnel. he gives that funnel out to people, but they have to have the software.
Yeah.
So he gives that away for free, and he's the number 2 affiliate. I mean, in the entire system.
That's so smart.
Yeah.
Easy too.
Dude, I love this. I love strategies like this because I think that's really like, not only is it useful for us, but it's useful listening to this. Like people can understand, you know, how do you build different streams of income and how do you actually go about it? On top of like, obviously the tech stuff we learned in the beginning, anyone who has something, obviously that's super important because you want fast page speeds to be able to do yourself. Like I've started doing more and more on Unbalanced personally, just because it's like pretty easy drag and drop. So I'm actually going to look at DropFunnels myself. Haven't used it yet. I'm going to take a look. But this stuff is really cool, man, because I think it gives people like, it opens up and expands their horizon to see what's actually possible.
Yeah.
And just how you can sell the same thing, but just in a different way to make money from it.
Yeah. And it's low cost to get into. Like you could just do a review with your iPhone and a screen share app build a video on it on YouTube and just start ranking that. And eventually it'll pop off if you do it right.
Yeah. I think too many people sit there questioning and wondering what they should do instead of just doing something that they should.
So true.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people really fear doing it wrong, but doing it wrong is already 100 times better than doing nothing.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I mean, I can't even tell you how many, look at the videos that are out there even ranking. None of them are high production quality. They're almost all shot on cell phones now. They're all like, this can shoot 4K video now.
Yeah.
It's stupid. It's like, it's too easy now.
Yeah.
You know, as a filmmaker, I used to spend 8 or 10 grand on a camera that has fewer features now than the newest versions of these cell phones. It's like, there's no excuse not to do it.
Totally.
Yeah, man. And even with that new, like with the iPhone with the wide angle lens too, it looks so good. I was out with my buddy Damon the other day, actually, and he was recording part of his vlog and he just switched to phone. And I was like, the audio on this is just as good as the DSLR with a shotgun mic. And the image looks just as good too.
It's the same way that like the photography industry is in massive decline. It's because the iPhone and later phones are right.
Yeah.
They're just,
So
I feel like we're in this, and even right now with what's going on with the coronavirus and everything, we are in this monumental societal and economic change that I think is going to change history forever. I think, gosh, all the way down to even the hype and bro marketing stuff that so many people, even in our space, are just so sick of, but there's nothing else out there. There's almost no integrity left in the space. There's no honesty. It's all like, how do I hype this up and over promise and under deliver loud enough to get people to buy my stuff? And that's why, dude, Stripe merchant accounts, they're harder to get than ever. Stripe is shutting people down more than ever. PayPal is. Why? It's because any Joe Schmo who calls himself an e-commerce guru can create a course and sell it for $2,000 and then deliver nothing. There's got chargebacks and, you know, massive risk, you know, happening.
All you got to do is sit on a Lambo and say, I bought this car from
selling
you a course. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. It's just, I think we're in a new era where I think we're in the relationship era where people are going to be buying from authentic, legitimate sources that support their people well.
Yeah.
And I think I think they're starting to see through the BS, and anyone who's putting crappy products out there on the market, like, beware, because it is not going to last. And I don't care how much you want a 2 Comma Club award. It's not real. And most of that could be you can make $1 million and have 100% of it charged back and you still get the award. It's just, I'm not seeing it anymore, man.
I understand that, man. And there's interesting too, like there's that Instagram, like Ball Busters or whatever.
I follow them too. It's hilarious.
It's funny. Actually, I have friends who are afraid to follow them because they're like, man, like if they come after me, I'd hate to deal with that, yada, yada. And I don't know what kind of due diligence. I don't even know if they're relevant or true, but there's entities popping up like that are literally strictly out there just to bust like the bullshit that's in the market. Yeah. And even this podcast, man, part of the reason we did this, and I actually had a friend hit me up, and she's like a VP or something at Oracle. And now she's saying that in quarantine, like not running to flights, not having to book client meetings, not doing this shit. She's like, hey, what's this online marketing stuff you've been doing?
Oh yeah.
So yeah, her and I are kind of chatting a little bit, but it's funny because she's like, what's a good like affiliate course? And I'm like, can't tell you. Like the only thing I could tell you, like there's not one that I would personally off the top of my head recommend that's up to date. The best thing that I would possibly give them right now is, like, I know Adrian continues to update his stuff as Facebook makes changes. And Gabe and I have learned so much from Adrian that I'm like, okay, I know he puts together some good stuff as far as like the Facebook marketing, which I haven't even seen his stuff for a while, but I know how anal he is about keeping that shit up to date. Other than that, man, like the fact that Gabe and I have been in this industry probably 25 years combined, and we can't even fucking recommend a good affiliate course off the top of my head at this exact moment. That's not like a couple years out of date. You know, it speaks something.
Yeah.
That's huge. Like, and we're in the industry, we should know who the most trusted sources of this type of content can be, that when people come to us and ask for recommendations, we can give it. And I'm in the same boat as you. Like, people say, where do I start? And I literally say, just for the sake of like, I'm not going to recommend something.
Yeah.
I say, go to YouTube and watch 100 videos and you're going to get a pretty good idea.
Yeah.
Also, Facebook Blueprint. They basically just have a course right in their system now, right?
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, obviously
Facebook.
It's a little bit stricter, and there's not like, basically I don't follow half of the shit they tell you in there, but it's a good starting point.
Yeah.
There's just, it's like, and it's not going to get easier. Like,
no,
if people are listening to this and they feel like, you know, maybe this is just for now and they're just getting strict. No, it's going to compound because of these.
I have a different perspective on that, man. I think like there's some parts of it that won't get easier, but like everything they're doing with the pixel and their ability to target, like I think about when Facebook first came out, like the pixel didn't even exist, first of all. And you had to do all these like interest targeting stuff. And like, obviously people still do that, but like the level that the Facebook pixel has got to has been very interesting. That like for someone starting off, like I feel like to advertise online now versus 10 years ago, it's never been easier.
Yeah. And I think ease of entry is, you know, is great, but we think that, I think the microscope is magnified, right? It's like, it's so much larger. Their AI is looking at your stuff so much more critically. And we're seeing even beginner marketers who just don't know any better getting their stuff shut down, even though the platform is so much more powerful, but people on it need to be so much more aware and up-level their own skills.
And Facebook doesn't give a shit about you if you're a veteran or this is your first day. They'll boot you and that's it. You can't just say like, hey, I'm sorry, I didn't know. Because
they see that all day.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Which I get is frustrating, but maybe they'll open up one day. Maybe their stocks are going to tank and they need some more cash. You know,
that rules the world, friend.
Then there's YouTube. Yeah, I'll tell you what, YouTube ads has been crushing for us lately. Like, I think there's a huge surge of people moving from Facebook.
Yeah.
And either subsidizing or moving entirely to YouTube just because of that intent-based.
I think at the end of the day, I don't know if you guys saw this. So like, I'm not spending a ton of money on Google right now, but probably like $100-ish grand a month on it. But one thing that we're seeing is they came out with this policy update, which is like pretty interesting. There's a lot of stuff that Google's actually looking to cut off pretty soon. So it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Man, it's just like
everything. And so the moral of the story where I was going with that is like, it's just good to be on multiple platforms, have multiple channels, because at the end of the day, you don't own it. Yeah. And so if someone else does, you're at their mercy. Like, you know, I'd say the thing that's paid my bills the last 5 years has been email. Yeah. And at least at the end of the day, like you can always, send an email out and make some money. And even within that, Gmail makes changes, Yahoo makes changes, everyone makes changes. But like I just think it's more important now than ever just to be on multiple channels, because if you rely on one, you're just gonna have a roller coaster of an income.
Yeah, and that's like, dude, when you say that, it just freaks me out. Like to hear new things happen, because every time they release a new update, people get shut down. Even like legitimate carpet cleaners getting shut down. Like local businesses, and that's why I'm saying, look, I don't care if people want to use DropFunnels or not. I'm telling you this: if you are building your business on an architecture that is dependent on paid advertising, and you have no SEO, no ranking, and no brand built online, the moment your ad account is done, your income goes to zero.
Yeah.
This is like the ultimate insurance plan, because when they shut down your ad account, they do not shut down your web presence. Period.
Yeah.
It's like people cannot afford to not have, and it's not even a contingency plan, because for a lot of people, it ends up like, I'm making so much right now, I don't even need paid ads, right? They just do that for for the added benefit. But I think this is where the industry is going, that you can't exist as a business without a brand, because the last 6 years it's been, you don't need websites, you don't need brand, you don't need that. Just run paid ads to a funnel and it'll do its thing. And yeah, that machine works until it doesn't work anymore.
Yeah. Value in the brand, value in like creating that customer.
I'd say some of the most consistent people we've seen too do have things like weekly webinars and like other ways that they engage with their people and continue to build their brand. And
Personal
because
connection.
of that,
Emails,
the consistency,
Facebook group.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, it makes sense. Anyone out there looking to build a brand, how would you, so say you have like an e-commerce brand. I'm not talking a drop shipping brand, which is fine, but like an e-commerce brand where you sell kind of like makeup, for example. How would you focus on keeping your customers engaged in different channels?
Yeah. So I think especially if we're talking like makeup specifically, it's such a visual medium that people want to imagine themselves with the product. That's why I love the power of video. If you have a makeup brand, you need to be in two places. That is on Facebook pages or groups, probably groups, because Facebook really rewards Facebook group. They're so focused within the algorithm on Facebook group content. And
could you so talk about the groups for a second. What do you mean? Like, what are you noticing there?
I'm just telling you guys this. If it were not for Facebook groups, I would be probably not only out of business, but working a regular day job that just got quarantined.
Wow.
How come?
Facebook groups are the secret sauce to free, unlimited, organic lead gen and sales, unlike anything I've ever seen in the past. Just by having a group that usually if it's over about 1,000 members, you'll be getting between 5 and 20 new members a day. And there are methods that, you can be collecting emails on like the questions that you ask them when they come in, kind of the application process. There are tools like Group Convert that you can kind of siphon that email data, add them to your list, give them away a freebie. And then your group becomes a lead magnet for some of like the hottest prospects looking for your stuff in the same way that Google does.
Yeah.
The problem with Facebook in general is that your stuff disappears so quickly. I mean, it might have a 15-day shelf life at the very most. So you need to capitalize on that traffic immediately. And so we use Facebook groups as literally an audience incubator. So we have several of those in different kind of industries. And when people come in, we'll actually give them a welcome message, a welcome email, usually a welcome gift, that type of thing. And we'll find people move from Facebook group to like $5,000 or $6,000 buyers sometimes in 24 hours. Wow. Because they're going there with that level of of intent.
Yeah.
It's a risk mitigator for your support channels. In the DropFunnels group, for example, people come in there and they post anywhere from like the most absurd newbie questions you could ever imagine, but to them it matters, right? To them, they're like, I want help with this thing. No one else supports them to that level. So we say, all right, we're not only gonna give you like direct access and insight to the owner. I'm in there every day answering a dozen questions. Yeah. But also like, let's jump on a Zoom together and like even community members volunteering their time to help people because they see where this whole thing is going. So yeah, Facebook groups, I'm telling you, if I could only pick 2 channels on the planet, I would actually not pick paid media. I would pick a Facebook group and a YouTube channel.
Interesting.
If I had to pick any 2, email is in close third and then probably paid media behind that.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah. It makes sense though. It makes a lot of sense. And they're free channels, which is
free.
Great. Yeah. All it takes is your time, sweat equity.
And the beauty is like, if you have people who understand your brand and your message and your vibe and your vision, even customers, we've got some customers who are in there defending us when people come in and they're like, they might be coming from one of the other platforms and they'll be like, hey, this is crap or whatever. And we'll be like, oh, wait a second. We can see on your profile that you're on the support team for ClickFunnels or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, people have done that. Yeah. Like, all right, you're just trying to blast. Like the customers will come to your aid and be one of the most vocal support systems for you. You don't have to defend your brand because your customers will eat them alive.
That call following.
Because they're wrong, right?
Yeah.
Someone's been reading too much Charlie Munger over there, I think.
Yeah.
But it's good. It's like when you support people, they'll support you back. I just believe that.
No doubt. That's cool,
awesome.
man. And I think that's like, obviously it's something you are intentionally building into your company and your brand and your business. So it's cool to hear the benefits of that one from, like, I'm sure they're often, the biggest refers because, people know people like themselves. Like, for example, if I like DropFunnels, people are going to ask me what to use. I'm going to tell them that, or whatever it is, you know what I mean? So it's a great culture can really drive your business in so many different ways.
Yeah. And it's when I think that this is like, it's this beautiful, it's like this cycle that you can't buy. You have to build this. And guys, it's like, if you embrace this idea, your entire business model changes. That one person, like every customer, every sale you make is one person. And every day you're fighting for that one person, not just for their sale, but for their support. And you're saying that one person comes in, they come down this cycle and they get indoctrinated into the brand and they understand it. They kind of get it. They'll usually get about 30 to 40% into it without needing some additional support. You help boost them to that 80 to 90% and they become your promoter. And every time, because your people, because we know our awareness cycles, your people are in 10 other groups of the same types of people. They're all asking, hey, what's the best tool for this? They're screaming it from the rooftops. Like sometimes embarrassingly so. They're so loud about it and excited about it because I've seen how that's made them feel, right? Humans we're very emotive creatures, right? And we make decisions based on emotion and we justify it with logic. So they're going to be like, I feel supported. I've been in this environment and I love how I feel being here. Oh, by the way, it's a great funnel builder tool and it's got cool features and these types of things, right? I create the decision based on emotion and then logic drives my decision to propel that forward. And I'll give other people reasons why they might like it, but really it's because I feel loved and supported and welcomed and not alone, right?
Yeah,
like,
makes sense.
This is the craziest thing. During this Corona thing, I've not been affected at all.
you might be infected. You might not know it. Who knows?
Yeah. It's like, we're like marketers are very lonely people. We're in our offices for long hours.
My life hasn't changed except for I can't go to the gym and I can't get good coffee. But besides that,
which are two horrible things. But
how did I survive before?
I know, right?
If Bora ever listens to this, she's gonna die.
Bora, she doesn't work on quarantine.
That's true. One of our affiliate managers is pushing this coffee offer really hard right now, and she's like, people need to get their coffee somewhere. I was like, look, this thing's not gonna fly.
Yeah. Give me.
Is it converting?
I'm not going to test it.
Nobody's tested it. She's pitched it to so many people and everyone refuses to test it.
You know what though?
I think it's a shipping issue though, right? Because it's like all the logistics systems are brought to their knees, right?
I don't even know, man.
But you know what, man? There's been so many times where I've told people just like, I am not testing that garbage. And I've tested, be like, okay, I take that back. It works.
Yeah, right.
Isn't it funny? It's like everything we think won't work just destroys and vice versa.
Literally.
We lie, numbers don't.
Yeah.
Our thoughts lie or whatever.
I was on a group coaching call last night about that. And I was like, only two things matter. It's your mindset and the metrics.
Yeah.
And your mindset determines whether or not you look at the metrics.
Yeah.
Get your brain out of the way, get your opinions and your thoughts and all those things, get those out of the way so the metrics can just tell you the truth. Like if we didn't have opinions, we'd all be insanely rich because our opinions are what keeps us from focusing on like what actually works.
Do you want to be rich or do you want to be right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Man, my favorite one is opinions are like assholes. Everyone has one and they all stink.
Yes. That's probably true. Very true. I think on that note, we should end this.
I love it, man. So we'll have a link if people want to check out DropFunnels. Is there any sort of like special promotions or any sort of like, and I'm putting you on the spot. This hasn't been talked about beforehand. Is there anything you can kind of offer people if they want to check it out?
Gosh, I wish we could, create something.
Literally, this was just dropped on the spot.
I know. Yeah. I mean, here's the thing, man. We want to like support anyone wherever they're at. If someone has a business, it's more profitable on DropFunnels, period. So we hope that like the results speak for themselves and are enough bonus to, but here's the thing is we're half the price of like ClickFunnels, and have unlimited features. So even then you're saving a lot of money by you can delete your Kartra or Kajabi or your ClickFunnels, your link tracker, basic CRM type features. If you're using WordPress, your cart flows, your WordPress host, you can just delete all those things and bring it into one.
I'm exhausted.
I know. It's like, imagine like being subscribed to every Netflix or like video on demand platform possible. And then they're just like, nope, we're going to give you all in one. And it's $9.
Sign me up for that. I go through the credit card statements every month to be like, I'm still subscribed to this. I don't even use this. I've been paying how much?
When did I get that?
Yeah.
But we want to help people. There's free templates. Almost all of our stuff is free, or we really want to help people really to grow. It means a lot.
Also, we need an affiliate link.
We'll hook you up.
Beauty.
Click our affiliate link below, guys.
Whatever
Thank you.
The link is there. Just click that.
Or don't. Do what you want. Buy it if you need it. Don't if you don't.
7Fig makes us rich. I think we just got a check from Google for $127 for our YouTube views.
Ooh.
Raise that roof.
Covers Gabe's drinks at dinner.
Invite me to a pizza party, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. If you can still get pizza delivered in your city at this current moment.
Oh yeah. Well, we're still in the US. They're idiots and they don't lock things down. So we're open world here. Domino's is down the road.
Yeah. Crazy. All right, man. Anything else? What's the best place for people to reach you besides, I guess, just dropfunnels.com?
If people are interested, they can jump into the group. I'd love if you give it like a little welcome message. It's a free group. It's dropfunnels.com/group. We'll actually redirect you to or just search on Facebook for DropFunnels.
Using that same URL. Smart.
Yeah, it's where I spend most of my time in the group just supporting people and giving them good welcomes. And we got new templates launching every day. And I'm stoked for the future. I think 12 months from now, just the whole industry, everything that we're doing is going to look different, and we're going to be on the right side of history.
Yeah.
So excited.
I appreciate your passion, man. I love that.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys. Seriously, thanks so much for having me here. This
no problem.
One of the most fun things in my week.
Yeah. Thank you to everyone for listening today. For everyone watching, please do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube. And for everyone listening, please give us a 5-star review on iTunes, Spotify, or Stitcher. We will see you later.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.